Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about the all-new 2025 Buick Enclave Avenir and share my thoughts about the vehicle and the future of Buick. I will be talking about the exterior, interior, and drivetrain options on this Enclave, so stay tuned. I've always been a fan of the Enclave when it first was released back in 2008. It had a baller look, which I really like, and I think it looked much better than its siblings like the GMC Acadia, Saturn Outlook, and the Chevy Traverse. Too bad it had the dreaded 3.6 liter engine, which were known to be catastrophic. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and show your support to my channel. My channel has grown significantly and it's all thanks to you guys. I also did a review of the new GMC Acadia, so make sure to check that out on my channel. I will leave a link in the description below. Anyways, let's get started with the video. Starting with the exterior, I'm really liking the new look of all the recent Buick vehicles, especially this new Enclave. I think it wears the new look very well. The Tri-Shield Buick logo is quite nice too. A lot of other brands are doing this kind of front look where the DRLs are at the top and the headlights are in the middle, followed by the fog lamps below. I believe the Jeep Cherokee was the first to do this kind of styling, and it rapidly gained popularity, and Hyundai, Nissan, and now Buick have started to follow, just to name a few. What do you guys think of this trend? Let me know in the comments down below. This is the top-end Avenir trim. There's also a new ST trim, which is the sportier trim package. You get black leather seats, blacked out wheels, so it's more of like a black theme. I personally prefer the Avenir. The Avenir looks classy and premium compared to the other trim levels in my opinion. Moving on to the back of the vehicle, it looks very nice and upscale. I like this better than the new Acadia's rear end. Even though every auto manufacturer is doing these light bars for the taillights, I'm a big fan of it and it really looks nice on this Enclave. On this Avenir trim, you get these massive 22-inch satin wheels which look absolutely amazing for this vehicle. You also get adaptive suspension, which is something a lot of manufacturers are doing. As the wheels get bigger, the ride will get rough, so you gotta take advantage of the suspension. Once you own a vehicle with adaptive suspension, it's hard to go back to a passive setup because the adaptive suspension is extremely stable and well planted in corners compared to the passive counterparts. Only the Avenir trim gets adaptive suspension, so if that's something you are looking for in a newer vehicle, I highly recommend opting for the Avenir trim. Trust me, you will really enjoy the road dynamics with adaptive suspension. When it comes to engine options, there's only one engine option, which is a 2.5 liter turbo engine producing 328 horsepower and 326 pound-feet of torque. That's paired up to a standard 8-speed automatic transmission. The Enclave will come standard with all-wheel drive across all trim levels, so that's a big bonus. There will be future hybrid options as well. Buick claims that the Enclave is longer, wider, and taller than the previous generation, providing a strong on-road presence. I can't comment on that unless I see it in person. But from looking at pictures, it kind of looks on the smaller side of things, if you ask me. What do you guys think? And the Enclave is trailering capable with an available maximum capacity of 5,000 pounds. That's pretty class competitive. Moving on into the interior of the car, I think more auto manufacturers should do blue interiors because the blue accents look amazing in here. Blue used to be pretty common in the 60s and 70s interiors, but we haven't really seen it in modern day cars until recent. If I were to spec out an Enclave, it would be an Avenir trim with this interior. You also get generic black interiors and a few other basic colors to choose from on the Avenir. I'm absolutely loving this new 3-spoke steering wheel they have in the new Enclave. I have a 3-spoke design on my Lincoln MKZ as well, and it's just perfect because you can put your fingers through the bottom center spoke, which I personally find very comfortable while cruising on the highway. What do you guys think of the steering wheel design? Let me know in the comments down below. If you know me and you follow my channel, you'll know that I'm not a big fan of too much technology in cars. I favor quality and functionality over technology. So basically what I'm trying to say is I don't give a shit about fancy screens and whatnot. And that's the situation here on this Buick Enclave. I don't think having this massive 30-inch diagonal screen in here is necessary at all. First of all, it's very distracting. And second of all, it's not luxury when you have to go through a bunch of menus just to access your radio or HVAC controls. Thankfully, this Enclave still has some physical controls for the HVAC systems and whatnot, which is very nice to have in this day and age. Speaking of tech, you also get Super Cruise, which is GM's hands-free driving, and the Enclave is the first to get it in the Buick lineup, which is awesome. I got autopilot on my Tesla and I've not dared to activate that thing. All these driver assistant features are just making us stupid to an already common sense deprived world. Anyways folks, you can probably tell that I don't really get excited about tech in cars, but what I'm really excited about is the new optional Bose Performance Series speakers on the Enclave. The setup has 16 speakers throughout the cabin compared to the lower trim with its 12 speaker Bose setups. With quiet tuning, which is Buick's signature technology to help prevent unwanted road noise from entering the cabin, I think the Bose Performance sound system is going to sound stellar in this cabin. Can't wait to check it out. With the Avenir trim, you get heated, cooled, and massaging seats up front, which is super nice. I always thought massaging seats were just a gimmick, but I had them on my Lincoln MKZ, and man, they really help you ease tension on longer drives. So if you're planning on doing longer drives with your Enclave, make sure to opt for the Avenir trim so you can get those massaging seats. Speaking of seats, the middle row seats are heated, but unfortunately there is no cooling option back here, even on this higher Avenir trim, which is a shame to say because its direct competitors, which is the Hyundai Palisade, offers both heated and cooled seats in the second row for the same price or less. I really think Buick should add cooled seats back here. In the third row, we got 2 USB ports and air vents, which is really nice. But what's not so nice back here is the leg space. There's not that much leg room, which is a bit disappointing given its larger dimension. I think they really pushed the third row towards the front of the vehicle to give more cargo space in the back. Speaking of cargo space, it's really big back here, and that's with the third row up. You have more space below the carpeted area back here as well. In the Avenir trim, you get power folding rear seats, which is a luxurious touch to say the least. Overall, I really like the vehicle and love the direction Buick is going. However, this is an extremely competitive segment with literally every other auto manufacturer having a third row mid-size crossover in their lineup. That's when you gotta ask yourself, how does Buick stand up with the others? I'm honestly not sure. The competitors seem to offer more power and more standard features, so Buick really needs to differentiate themselves here in order to compete. Would I choose this over the Acadia? Heck yeah. I think this looks better than the Acadia inside and out. It's more comfort oriented, which I prefer. That's going to be it for today's video, folks. Hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you guys think about the new Enclave in the comments down below. Do you like the original Enclave or the new one? Let me know. See you all next time.